Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. Brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, 631-756-1125. The website omnitruevalue.com, and they still have plenty of salt, both the premium snowmelt products as well as rock salt, which right now is in shortage mode. So head over to Omni if you need this to get through the freezing rain, and also they service the entire tri-state area. Also brought to you by Wholesale Holiday Lighting by Giannini Landscapers at 162 Ocean Avenue in Lindenhurst. You can plan ahead for the next holiday season, and all of your decorating needs will be met. Or maybe you want to have a career in decorating homes for Christmas. 631-957-5106. liholidaylighting.com is the website. Okay, so obviously we have a very colorful looking map. Let me just tell you what means what. In the dark purple, we have ice storm warnings, and they extend from parts of southeastern Pennsylvania northeastward into northwest New Jersey. And those counties in northwest, the ice storm warnings actually been extended a little bit further to the east during the overnight. And we have also an ice storm warning up for Orange County in the Hudson Valley. Winter weather advisories are in the blue, and those advisories run all the way from coastal Maine down to New York City and surrounding areas into New Jersey, and then extending south and west from there across the rest of eastern and central Pennsylvania down into Maryland and northeastern Virginia. We have winter storm warnings up in western and northwestern PA, western and northern New York, central and northern Vermont, central and northern New Hampshire, and on up into the interior areas of Maine. So clearly, this is a busy looking map as we await the arrival of this next weather system. Primarily for those of you who are in the zone that I deal with, which is basically from eastern and southern Pennsylvania down into northern Maryland, and then going up all the way into southern New England, the big issue is going to be ice. And I did have an ice accretion map here posted, but it's just taking a little bit too long to load. So why don't I bring it up this way? And we can take a look at what the ice forecast is. And these numbers looks like there'll be a fairly large area of 1/4 of an inch of ice accretion that will occur in eastern Pennsylvania and northeastern Pennsylvania, going up into the Catskills and the middle up Hudson Valley. Notice that the ice accretion down near the coast is actually rather minimal. The tricky part of this forecast is figuring out where the 32-degree line is going to be and how long it's going to take for temperatures to rise above freezing. But at least from the latest forecast numbers, they haven't edged them up since earlier this morning. So that at least is a plus. Now, we do have some lead moisture that's rolling in. You can see on the satellite loop some of these higher clouds that are moving through. The main punch is now coming out of the Gulf states and running up to the northeast, and that's taking with it a very large area of snow. Take a look at this, because at one point yesterday, the whole state of Texas was under a winter storm warning. And I've been doing this for 40 years. That's never happened before. And I think it's going to be a long time before it happens again. But the extent of warnings from this cover a huge range of geography from Texas all the way up into Maine. That is really rather impressive. So with respect to what to expect, which is really the bottom line, let's look at a couple of different models here. We have the latest HRRR model, which is a short range model. And again, there's not really a whole lot that happens today. There's some spotty precip that goes on, but this is the main shot. And the track on the HRRR with the surface low is pretty far to the west. The low's almost on the west side of the Appalachians. So that means precipitation actually starts north and west of us first before it moves into areas south and east. And that may also be a bit of good news, because if that track verifies, it might help to warm the low-level temperatures up as we go through the day, and certainly for tonight. But you can see here, this is at 10 p.m. tonight, the extent of freezing rain, mostly in central and northeastern Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey. And then it goes up the Hudson Valley. And then if this is correct, it's mostly rain in areas further south. So if it does wind up, the temperatures are going to go above 32 in those areas. You're going to see those winter weather advisories come down. But the big question is if those temperatures go above 32, because a lot of times in instances like this where we have a very rather deep snow cover, the models don't handle the temperature rises pretty well. Here's the NAM model for today. You can see that little area of snow that goes by to the north and west, just some spotty freezing precipitation around during the daytime, and then it increases tonight after 6 or 7 o'clock. You start to see this large area of freezing rain across Pennsylvania into northern New Jersey, and then eventually into the Hudson Valley and southern New England. Although, again, if the low takes a track this far to the left, where the low centers at Pittsburgh tomorrow morning, then you're going to see mostly rain down at that point, down near the coast. So that really is how it plays, what the plan is. If you're inland, just keep an eye on your temperatures. If you're on the coast, once you get above 32, 33 for a couple of hours, you're pretty much home free. And we'll keep you updated on changes. I think you'll probably see some adjustments and changes in the forecast. And just remember, when you forecast ice, you really kind of hope that the forecast doesn't come out to happen. Ice is one of those things that is extremely dangerous. It takes lives, as you may have seen in that horrible accident in Texas back a few days ago. So I know a lot of weather followers are passionate about weather. So when they don't get what they want, they throw temper tantrums. This is not the time to do it. So just bear that in mind. So Weather in 5, again, brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon. There is a salt shortage, and Omni has plenty of rock salt along with all the premium snow melt products. And we also are brought to you by Wholesale Holiday Lighting by Gianinni Landscapers. And they're at 162 Ocean Avenue in Lindenhurst. You can plan ahead for the next holiday season, meeting all of your decorating needs, or maybe even your career needs if you want to become a house decorator for next Christmas. 631-957-5106, and it's liholidaylighting.com. The Joe and Joe Weather Show tonight at its usual time, 7:30 Eastern. So be sure to tune into that, because we have one more storm to deal with this week before we can take a deep breath and take a rest. That will be on Thursday into Thursday night. And I'm speculating at this point ahead, that this is one of those situations where there might be a thumping of snow on the front end before we go over to sleet and then eventually end as rain. But we'll talk about that more tonight. We will see you later at 7:30 Eastern Time.